What initially looked like a long shot turned into a genuine challenge to the entrenched depth chart at defensive back. Wright's physical tools, his size wingspan, and raw strength were evident from day one, but what truly set him apart was how he began to master the cerebral side of the game. The veteran defensive backs coach Al Harris worked closely with Wright to refine his footwork, improve his hip turns, and enhance his ability to anticipate routes. These subtle adjustments allowed Wright to shadow receivers more effectively, reducing the yards they could gain after the catch. Wright's presence was especially felt during scrimmages and team drills. One particular practice session became a defining moment. The Bears' offense, led by their star quarterback Justin Fields, was pushing through a series of quick, sharp routes designed to test the secondary. Wright lined up opposite the speedy wide. Receiver DJ Moore managed to stay step for step with him, even managing to break up 2 critical passes. His timing, hand placement, and ability to read Fields' eyes gave the defense a renewed sense of confidence. Teammates began to notice his leadership qualities emerging as well. Wright wasn't just playing for himself anymore, but actively communicating and encouraging the younger players around him. Off the field, Wright's work ethic was equally impressive. He was often one of the first to arrive at the practice facility and among the last to leave, spending extra time studying film and running drills to sharpen his reaction time. His journey had been filled with setbacks and doubts, but this camp was proving to be the moment he had been waiting for, a chance to reestablish himself as a reliable and dominant force in the secondary. Meanwhile, on offense, JP Richardson's star was steadily rising. The undrafted rookie quickly became a favorite target for Justin Fields during practice sessions. What stood out most was Richardson's ability to create separation against defenders, a testament to his precise route, running, and deceptive change of pace. His quickness off the line and sudden bursts of speed allowed him to exploit soft spots in the defense, making him a consistent threat on intermediate and deep routes alike. Richardson's versatility added another dimension to his game. When not running routes, he was a major contributor on special teams, especially in punt and kickoff returns. His vision and agility allowed him to weave through coverage units with a fluidity rarely seen from rookies. Coaches noted how his fearless approach combined with his natural instincts made him invaluable in those often overlooked but crucial moments of the game. His knack for finding seams and accelerating through tight spaces hinted at an exciting future as a multi-purpose weapon. His rapport with Fields also deepened with each practice. The two developed an almost instinctive understanding of each other's tendencies and timing. That chemistry was evident in drills and scrimmages, where Richardson's routes were perfectly timed to Fields' releases, leading to completions that looked effortless. Offensive coordinator Declan Doyle praised Richardson's rapid grasp of the playbook and his ability to execute under pressure. Doyle often remarked that players like Richardson, who combine mental sharpness with athletic ability, are the ones who often exceed expectations and carve out long NFL careers. Kyle Manangai's story, on the other hand, was one of raw power and determination. His physical style of running set him apart from many other backs competing for limited roster spots. Despite being undersized compared to some of the league's bruising runners, Manangai ran with a low center of gravity that made him difficult to bring down. His balance and toughness allowed him to gain extra yards after contact, an attribute that coaches found invaluable in short yardage and goal line situations. Manangai's ability to protect the quarterback was another crucial aspect of his game. In today's NFL, running backs who can stay on the field to block blitzing linebackers and safeties greatly increase their chances of earning playing time. Manangai demonstrated a quick understanding of blocking schemes and showed great effort on every snap. His physicality wasn't just limited to running the ball, it extended to his willingness to grind out tough blocks and finish plays. His performances in preseason scrimmages drew positive reactions from veteran players and coaches alike. Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator with a decorated resume and championship pedigree, was impressed by Manangai's growth and readiness to contribute. Bieniemy emphasized that while raw talent is important, it's the ability to execute consistently and the willingness to embrace the team's culture that truly define a player's success. Manangai's attitude and work ethic fit perfectly with what the Bears offense needed. The trio's rise coincided with the Bears' broader effort to find identity and cohesion on both sides of the ball. The defense, led by Jalen Johnson and anchored by emerging stars like Wright, aimed to become a force known for toughness and resilience. The offense, energized by Fields' dynamic play and boosted by new weapons like Richardson and Manangai, sought to establish a balanced attack capable of controlling the game. As the preseason games approached, the spotlight grew brighter. The upcoming game against the Miami Dolphins at Soldier Field was especially significant. It was the first real test for many of these players under live game conditions, an opportunity to prove they could translate practice success into actual performance. Fans were eager to see how the team would look on the field and which of the young contenders might make an immediate impact. For Wright, Richardson, and Manangai, the game was more than just a preseason matchup. It was a proving ground, a stage to demonstrate that their hard work was paying off. Wright was tasked with neutralizing Miami's talented receiving core, a challenge he welcomed given his experience against top receivers. Richardson was expected to showcase his route running and speed in real time, aiming to gain the trust of the coaching staff and quarterback. Manangai's role would be critical in providing a reliable running game and pass protection. The game itself was a roller coaster of emotions and momentum shifts. Early on, Wright made his presence felt with a key pass deflection on a deep route, helping to stifle the Dolphins' early offensive surge. His physicality and anticipation kept Miami's receivers in check, giving the Bears defense opportunities to force turnovers. On offense, Richardson's speed was undeniable. He caught a quick out route and turned it into a 40-yard gain, slicing through defenders with impressive agility. His ability to create explosive plays energized the crowd and gave Fields a reliable target downfield. Manangai contributed steadily on the ground, pounding the ball between the tackles and demonstrating his toughness by breaking tackles and gaining crucial yardage in third down situations. He also helped in pass protection, giving Fields time to scan the field and deliver accurate throws. Although the Bears ultimately fell short in a close contest, the individual performances of these three players were widely praised. Post-game analysis highlighted the significance of their contributions. Analysts noted that Wright's emergence could solidify the Bears' secondary for years to come, while Richardson's explosiveness and versatility offered a glimpse of a new offensive weapon. Manangai's gritty style added a much-needed dimension to the backfield, suggesting the Bears had found a reliable option beyond their established starters. Beyond the statistics and highlight reels, what stood out was the sense of hope and momentum these players brought to the team. Their journeys, marked by perseverance, adaptability, and relentless effort, embodied the spirit the Bears wanted to cultivate. They were examples of how dedication and belief in oneself could lead to breakthroughs, inspiring teammates and fans alike. As training camp concluded and the regular season loomed, the focus shifted to maintaining the intensity and building on the progress made. Wright, Richardson, and Manangai continued to push each other and their teammates, driven by a shared goal to help the Chicago Bears return to contention and create lasting success. Their stories were far from over. The NFL is a demanding league, and every season brings new challenges and opportunities. But for these three players, the path ahead was filled with promise. Their rise during training camp had not only secured them a place on the roster, but had also ignited a spark of excitement around the franchise. In a league where surprises often define a team's fortunes, the Bears could count on these emerging stars to bring energy, skill, and resilience to Soldier Field. Their development was a reminder that football is as much about heart and determination as it is about talent, and that sometimes the most unexpected players can become the ones who shape a team's destiny. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In what could be one of the most shocking and unexpected moves of the offseason, rumors are swirling around the possibility that the Chicago Bears have managed to secure the signature of Australian-born kicker Sam FICKEN, currently associated with the Detroit Lions. The development, which began as a whisper in backroom NFL circles, has since grown into a full-blown murmur among insiders and fans alike. Training camp is well underway, and the energy around the Chicago Bears is building in a way that only this part of the year can bring. This is the time when the initial hype from the offseason gives way to real evaluations. Coaches start to see which players are truly stepping up, who is taking advantage of the opportunities in front of them, and most importantly, who might unexpectedly carve out a significant role on the roster. The buzz is always intense, but this year there are a few names that have really begun to turn heads, making waves not just with the fans, but within the coaching staff themselves. These are the guys who might just surprise everyone and become key contributors this fall. One of the standout stories unfolding this camp is that of Nan Wright, a veteran defensive back who many expected to just fill out the roster as a warm body during practices. Wright's journey has been one of persistence and quiet growth. Drafted in the 3rd round years ago by the Dallas Cowboys, his early career saw flashes of promise, but was never quite consistent enough to lock down a starting spot. Most recently, he spent time with the Minnesota Vikings, often lining up against some of the league's most dangerous wide receivers. At first glance, many might have written him off as a depth piece for the Bears, a player there to push others in practice and provide backup if needed. But the story on the ground is very different. Wright has exploded out of the gate in camp, quickly establishing himself as a genuine contender to be the starting defensive back alongside Jalen Johnson. His size alone commands attention. Standing over 6 feet 4 inches tall and weighing around 200 pounds, he's a rare physical specimen at the position, combining length and strength with surprising athleticism. But it's more than just size. Coaches and teammates alike have been singing his praises, noting how he stepped up his game during drills and scrimmages, showing an improved understanding of the defensive schemes and a natural knack for reading the quarterback. What makes Wright's case even more compelling is the level of competition he's faced over the last few seasons. Going head-to-head with top-tier receivers like Justin Jefferson in Minnesota and CeeDee Lamb in Dallas gave him an invaluable education. It's one thing to look good in practice, it's another to have been battle-tested against the kind of talent that routinely dominates on Sundays. Wright himself has acknowledged how these matchups have sharpened his skills. He talks about how practicing against such elite receivers forced him to elevate every aspect of his game: footwork, anticipation, and mental toughness. Those experiences now serve as the foundation for what he's trying to build here in Chicago. The coaching staff's confidence in him is clear. Defensive backs coach Al Harris, who once worked with Wright in Dallas, has expressed enthusiasm about the progress he's made. That kind of continuity and trust can't be underestimated, especially for a player trying to cement a starting role. Dennis Allen, the Bears head coach, has been equally candid about the open competition in the defensive backfield, emphasizing that the spot opposite Jalen Johnson is still very much up for grabs. Allen's approach is straightforward. Let the players settle it on the field and through tape. And right now, Wright is making a compelling case that he deserves to be in the conversation. What's fascinating about this battle is how it highlights a broader philosophy within the Bears organization: building through competition. Allen's message is clear: to build a top-tier defense, you have to push your players constantly, keep them hungry, and let the best man win. This competitive environment brings out the best performances and fosters growth, and Wright seems to thrive in it. But the excitement doesn't stop there. Moving over to the offensive side, there's a new name that has been lighting up practice. Fields and winning over fans. JP Richardson, an undrafted rookie wide receiver from TCU who's proven to be one of the camp's most electrifying stories. Richardson entered the league without the fanfare of a draft pick, but his impact in camp has been anything but understated. Standing just under 6 feet tall and weighing just under 200 pounds, Richardson might not have the towering frame of some of the league's elite receivers, but what he lacks in size he makes up for in speed, agility, and an uncanny ability to make plays in open space. What's really intriguing about Richardson is his versatility. Coaches have been quick to point out how valuable he is, not just as a wide receiver, but as a special teams weapon. His skill set allows him to contribute in multiple phases of the game, something that can make all the difference when it comes to securing a roster spot. His explosiveness on returns combined with his route running and catching ability have made him a favorite in drills and scrimmages. The Bears have invested heavily in him with a 3-year deal that includes a guaranteed signing bonus, which signals their belief that he could be a contributor sooner rather than later. Richardson's speed is eye-catching. Clocking times in the mid 4.4 range for the 40-yard dash, and his agility shines through with a strong performance in the 3-cone drill. These metrics aren't just numbers on paper. They translate directly to what you see on the field as he slices through defenders, makes sharp cuts, and consistently finds ways to get open. His ability to catch the ball in traffic and then accelerate. Past defenders has produced some highlight reel moments already, and it's clear that he's gaining confidence as he learns the Bears' offense. Offensive coordinator Declan Doyle has openly praised Richardson's work ethic and quick adaptation to the playbook. Doyle points out that the biggest hurdle for any rookie isn't just athleticism, but knowing where to be and what to do when the ball is snapped. Richardson has checked that box early, which opens the door for him to showcase his physical skills and playmaking instincts. The way he's blended into the offense and special teams so seamlessly has given the Bears coaching staff plenty to be excited about as the preseason progresses. Then there's Kyle Manangai, the running back, who was selected late in the draft, but whose impact at camp has made it clear that he could be a dark horse candidate to make significant contributions this season. At just 5 feet 8 inches tall and around 211 pounds, Manangai might not have the prototypical size of every feature back in the NFL, but he brings a physicality and toughness that have caught the eye of both coaches and teammates. His ability to run with power through contact and also break outside for chunks of yardage makes him a dynamic threat in the backfield. Manangai's background is impressive. Coming out of college, he was ranked among the top running backs in the nation and had eye-popping stats that showed he was both consistent and explosive. Last season alone, he led the Big Ten in yards per carry and put up solid numbers over multiple games, showing the durability and workhorse mentality NFL teams covet. What's been even more encouraging is how quickly he's adapted to the pro level. He's shown the ability to pick up blitzes and pass protection, a skill that coaches stress heavily for backs who want to see the field early. His effort in blocking downfield on key plays has been noticeable, and that kind of selfless football is often what turns coaches' heads. The praise from the Bears' offensive staff, including veteran coach Eric Bieniemy, who brings Super Bowl winning experience and knows what it takes to develop a back at the highest level, adds even more weight to Manangai's prospects. Bieniemy's confidence in him speaks volumes about the potential impact the rookie could have, not just as a backup, but possibly as a key piece in certain offensive packages. All three players, Wright, Richardson, and Manangai, represent a fascinating cross-section of what the Bears are trying to build, from seasoned veterans rediscovering their groove to undrafted underdogs making a case to later-round draft picks, showing unexpected promise. This trio embodies the hunger and competitiveness that defines training camp. Watching their progression offers a glimpse into the future identity of the Bears and how this team might evolve over the next few months. The stakes ramp up even higher with the Bears' upcoming game against the Miami Dolphins at Soldier Field. It's the perfect stage for these players to translate their camp success into real game action. Fans are buzzing with anticipation, eager to see if these emerging talents can take the next step and make a tangible impact in a high-pressure environment. This is the kind of story that makes training camp so compelling, the mix of potential, opportunity, and competition. Every rep counts, every practice is a chance to prove yourself, and for these three players, the journey is just beginning. The Bears coaching staff and fans alike are watching closely, knowing that sometimes the most unexpected players become the ones who define a season. As the Chicago Bears training camp progressed, the intensity and focus only grew. The initial excitement of the offseason gave way to the daily grind of preparation, film study, and heated battles on the practice field. Every player knew that the margin between making the roster and being cut was razor thin, and the coaching staff demanded nothing less than full commitment from everyone. For Nan Wright, JP Richardson, and Kyle Manangai, the stakes had never been higher, and their journey through camp became a microcosm of the team's overall struggle to reclaim a winning identity. Nan Wright's development was perhaps the most striking transformation of the group.